said this to Patrick before we processed out here, but where are you, Patrick? There you are. Thank you. Thank you so much. That means a great deal to us. Well, I don't know what they were thinking when they asked me to be the commencement speaker. They know I can be a little long on words from time to time, so settle in. Here we are. Here you are, graduates, at your commencement. Maybe our commencement. Today we celebrate the completion of your Augustana degree and a fresh, new beginning for all of you in the next great adventures of your lives. I'll bet that I know what questions you all are being asked, first by anxious family members, then by friends, and sometimes even by perfect strangers. When they know that you are finishing up at college, they all ask you, well, what comes next? What will you be doing next year? Do you have a job? Are you moving somewhere? One of the reasons that I know about these questions is because for some odd reason, these are the same questions that Angie and I are being asked this year. They're all well-meaning questions, but there are a few better ones. In the first chapter of the Gospel of John, two men begin to shadow along behind Jesus as he proceeds down the road. Jesus eventually turns to these followers and asks, "What are you looking for?" Needless to say, when they followed Jesus, their lives were forever changed. So what are you looking for? Money, fame, fulfilling work, a meaningful life, lasting relationships in a good community? What are you looking for? Wouldn't it be nice if God would simply answer all your questions and set you on the right path? Make no mistake, these are not easy questions and you will not find immediate answers to them. But go ahead and be bold enough to consider, what are you looking for? Several years ago, Dr. Richard Swanson and I taught a class together entitled Just Work, which is borrowed from the book by Russell Muirhead. We invited our students to explore the deeper meaning in those words. Is it just work, or is it just work? There is a difference. Another resource we employed was Pope Ronson's book, What Should I Do with My Life?, wherein he chronicles the stories of people seeking to find purpose in life and work. So borrowing from these resources and from my own experiences, allow me to offer Rob Oliver's top 10 suggestions on what to look for. So here we go. Number 10, look for a good beginning. After considering what indeed you are looking for, don't be afraid to get your start somewhere. You start by building experiences. It will lead to something, hopefully good, possibly not. If it doesn't turn out to be good, then start again. Most people actually discover their purpose from experience. Allow your experiences to transform you. I am living proof that one can become a university president if you let your experiences transform you. Understand that there is no official list of honorable, noble careers. The proof is in your individual experience. Nobility of work isn't something assigned to some jobs and not to others. The key is the nobility that you assign to it. So look for a good beginning. Number 9, look for your own path. Follow your path, not someone else's. Be true to yourself. The world would be a better place if more people let themselves be energized by their natural enthusiasms, not by what you think others expect of you. Temptation takes many forms. The appeal of being well respected, the ache to be loved, the desire to fulfill other people's ideals. Protect yourself from being lathed into someone you are not. Your future is not merely a collision of coincidence and circumstance, and you won't find your life's purpose solely above your neck. because your heart also needs to be in it. Let your head be a soldier for your heart. Your life is like a great adventure novel, an odyssey. Don't forget who the author is. Look for your own path. Number 8, look for ways to keep learning. Be a student of whatever enterprise you get into. You will find that what you learn will apply to whatever you may find yourself doing in the future. Charlie Munger is the lesser-known half of a spectacular pair of business partners. Who is his partner? Warren Buffett, the chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. Charlie is the 93-year-old vice chairman, and he offers this sage advice. A life well lived is one of learning, 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 all the time, every day. Both he and Buffett credit their constant desire to learn as the key to their spectacular success. They often speak of what they learned from their mistakes. As Munger said, the experience of eating a mouthful of cockleburrs really gets your attention. You can't help but learn from that. Find ways to keep learning. Number 7, look for ways to save. Live beneath your means, or more simply, spend less than you earn, and always be putting something away. I recall when I was fresh out of college and first heard about this retirement savings plan at work. At age 22, why in the world would I think about that? I quickly discerned, however, that discipline at savings and participating in employer matching retirement programs are your tickets to financial freedom. Put as much in as you're allowed to. Recognize the employer matches an immediate return on your investment, and you will never get better than that. It will make a huge difference one day, and you too will be able to retire when you want to. Don't be tempted to compare your income or assets to others. In my career as a banker, I observed people in golden handcuffs. No matter how much money they earned, it was never enough. They could never free themselves from the trap that they themselves had created, as if life and money were some kind of contest. Having money can make dreams possible, but money doesn't necessarily make them as easy or as fulfilling as you imagine. Constantly going after money can be habit-forming, and it's a habit that does not ensure happiness. Do keep track of your financial situation and don't get in over your head, and get help if you need it. Look for ways to save. Number 6, look for balance in your life. Balance your work life with your life as a partner, a parent, a member of a church, a volunteer in the community, and as a good friend. Angie might tell you that I haven't always done this as well as I should have, so it's a lesson learned as much from failure as from success. Be sure that your work self has an off switch. Whatever you do, remember that you need to be able to stop doing it and go home to those who need you and your attention. Be there for them. Go on adventures with them. Build memories together. Laugh together. Cry together. When our family vacationed, our kids knew 2 distinct types. They would ask, is this a fly to somewhere warm vacation? Or is this a drive to the mountains vacation? Regardless of which it was, we could rely on those times as family togetherness times. What you do for a living is not all of you. So look to develop your whole self, particularly in the relationships with people who matter most to you. Look for balance. Number 5, look for joy. Go ahead, enjoy yourself. Grant yourself little pleasures that are meaningful to you. Indulge your hobbies. Do keep in mind number 7, live within your means. In that way, hobbies can be sources of joy, not weights around your neck. It is healthy to have fun in your work and at home and with friends. Some days will clearly be more fun than others. But having fun in how you spend your time and energy is not a sin. And feeling trapped in activities that bring you down is in no way to build a life. Life is short. Be sure not to waste it. Have fun. Always remember not to take yourself too seriously. Perhaps angels can fly because they take themselves lightly. Find your joy. Number 4, look for when it may be your time to leave. The business management guru of my generation was Peter Drucker. One of his best pieces of advice was this: know when it is time to leave. If you find yourself in a job where you're not learning and growing, not having fun, then make that happen outside of work and begin the process of preparing yourself for change. If the organization is not investing in your personal and professional growth, then you should. You will find then the empowerment you need to take charge and to know that if it is time to leave, you will be ready. It is a matter of mastering your own destiny, not letting others be your master. Find your time to leave. Number 3, look to do what is right. Never allow anyone to coerce you to do something that is corrupt or otherwise violates your values and your sense of right or wrong. If that happens, remember number 4, it's time to leave. One of C.S. Lewis's essays entitled The Inner Ring. It describes our common aspiration to be accepted within the inner ring. To feel excluded or out of it can sometimes feel miserable. But an unbounded desire to be inside might make you say or do things that you would otherwise not do. Be vigilant and don't let yourself be seduced to do something you shouldn't, simply to gain entry to the inner ring. The hard truth that Lewis points out is that as long as you are governed by that need to be in the inner circle, you will never get what you want. He likens it to peeling an onion, layer after layer. As soon as you crack one ring, you are soon obsessed with an even more exclusive ring inside that one. If you peel every layer to find a prized innermost ring, in the end, you will find there's nothing left. And you may have given up your values and your dignity to get there. Don't let that happen to you. Find and do what is right. Number 2, look for ways to take care of yourself. Pay attention to what goes into your body. By that I mean what goes into your mouth and your nose and your eyes and your ears. And perhaps most especially what goes into your brain. Try to choose healthy things. My very wise father often said, all things in moderation. He said it often. Because even very good things taken to excess can be trouble. I haven't always made good choices in what I ate or drank and sometimes have regretted it. Fortunately for me, my wife has always had an interest in nutrition, so she has made much better choices than I would have on my own. I have been the beneficiary of her good choices. So help your partner and your friends make wise choices too. As for what goes into your brain, read some more. Take charge of what goes into your brain. Reading is good for your intellect and for your vocabulary. Reading is good for your soul. Good books will take you to places you have never been. Great adventure awaits you. I confess that I like a quick brain candy novel now and again, but also read books that challenge you to think, to ponder deeper questions. You will discover new depths of human creativity and intellectual stimulation. In Bronson's book, there's a story about a Harvard MBA graduate. He left a huge income in the investment banking business to go back to the family farm. As Bronson summarizes, he now enjoys burning stumps and reading great literature. He's become very rich because of it. Find ways to take care of yourself. And finally, the number one thing to look for. How about that? Thank you, sir. Look for love. That's the number one thing. Don't be afraid to fall in love. Love God, love yourself, love your neighbors, love those around you. Life is meant to be lived in the company of others, so enjoy them. and seek out the goodness in everyone. They say we fall in love with those who bring out the best parts of ourselves, the parts we ourselves would like to see more of. By building loving, caring relationships with others, you are also building the parts of yourself that you want to see more of. I can say with absolute certainty that had I not fallen in love with a woman who called out more from me than I expected of myself, I would not be here today. Had I not fallen in love with the people and the mission of Augustana, I would have missed out on so much, including all of you. All of you. So give yourself to others. It is true that you will open yourself to disappointment at times, but you will gain so much, much more. And during your greatest times of need, you will find that those people, they will be there for you. Look for love. So there you have it. My attempt to share my top 10 things to look for. Now here's the reality. We all know it. I fully understand the reality that few will remember the speech made at their commencement or who gave it. That's the reality. This will be another forgettable one. But if nothing else, please try to remember this. You are wonderfully and beautifully made by your Creator. You, all of you, are loved beyond any boundary that you can presently comprehend by God and by your family and by others. Our students are loved by the faculty and staff of Augustana University. That is why we have all invested in you, because we care deeply, and we pray that you will have a satisfying life of purpose ahead of you. So Jesus asked, what are you looking for? And then Jesus beckoned them. He said, come and see. Come and see. And they did. And their lives were forever changed. So look for the right things. Look for God. Look for love. Look for what others